The screen fades from black to a dimly lit room, casting long shadows as faint whispers fill the air, creating a sense of unease and tension. Imagine lying awake in bed, the clock ticks past midnight, and then you hear it. A voice, faint but unmistakable, calling your name from the shadows. You tell yourself it's your imagination, but deep down you know it's real. Welcome to Voices in the Night, a story of a haunting that will leave you questioning what's real and what's lurking in the dark. So sit back, turn up the volume, and let's journey into the unknown. But maybe leave a light on. Meet Sarah, a young woman in her 20s who recently moved to a quiet rural town. She was looking forward to a fresh start, a place where she could escape the noise and find some peace. Little did she know, she was stepping into a different kind of silence, a silence filled with whispers. At first it was subtle, faint murmurs in the dead of night, almost like the wind brushing against the windows. She brushed it off as old pipes or creaky floorboards. We've all heard odd noises in the night, right? But soon the whispers grew louder, distinct, like someone was speaking just behind her.
Ever heard a noise at night and thought, yep, it's definitely just the fridge, right? Funny how our minds work.
One night, Sarah heard her name, just a soft, almost pleading Sarah. But it was enough to make her blood run cold. She ignored it, convinced it was all in her head. But as the days passed, she couldn't escape the feeling that something was trying to reach her.
Sarah.
Act 2, the voices grow stronger.
Weeks went by and the whispers turned into voices. No longer random murmurs, but conversations.
They weren't speaking to her directly. It was like overhearing a conversation in another room. Fragments of phrases, laughter, and sometimes sobbing.
But the strangest part? The voices sounded familiar. It was as if I was listening to the voices of people I once knew, people from my past.
One night, as she lay awake, Sarah recognized the voice of her childhood friend, who had passed away years ago. It sent a shiver through her, leaving her paralyzed in fear.
What could this mean? Why now?
She tried to reach out to the voices, calling her friend's name, asking who was there. And the response?
Silence.
But that silence was almost worse, because after the silence came the whispers, this time closer, angrier, and somehow urgent. Now Sarah was trapped between fear and curiosity. The voices kept pulling her deeper, urging her to listen, yet warning her to stay away. Act 3, the confrontation with the unknown.
Desperate for answers, I sought help from a local historian, someone familiar with the area's lore.
She learned that her house was built on land with a tragic past. Decades ago, a family had disappeared from that very property, leaving nothing behind but rumors of a haunting. Some believed the family had been taken by something unearthly, and others said they'd simply vanished, their voices forever trapped in the night.
Determined to find out what was happening, Sarah decided to confront the voices head-on. She stayed up late, waited until the house was silent, and then asked the question that had been burning in her mind.
What do you want?
The room grew cold and the lights flickered. Suddenly, she heard a voice clearer than ever before.
Set us free.
And just as quickly, it was gone. Sarah was left in the dark, shaken and confused. But something told her that this plea was real, and these voices had been trying to reach her for a reason. Resolution: the lingering haunt.
In the days that followed, the voices faded, replaced by a feeling of peace in the house. Whatever spirits had been haunting me seemed to have found their closure.
But every now and then, when the night is silent and the wind is just right, she still hears a faint whisper, a reminder that the line between our world and theirs is thinner than we think.
Voices in the Night reminds us that some things are beyond explanation, and sometimes the past reaches out to us when we least expect it.
If this story gave you chills, wait until you hear the tale of the haunted doll. A story of a seemingly innocent object that harbors something far darker. Tap the link to explore the mysteries hidden within, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss a new story. Because who knows, the next voice in the night could be waiting just for you.